Pretty cool what white can do. So if I take away the white and you try to look up into the corner, right, where the Mayan, I used to call this the Sanskrit in my head because it was made from stone, and sand and grit when comes together, like Sanskrit, sand and grit. What is sand? What is grit? So now when you put the white paper there, things are so different than if I have my hand on the floor. And I'm starting to notice it's like a big difference when you see white. It's like there's, we can go somewhere else. Like, well, let's just come back into the greater picture of things, right? It's not like that here. Let me go take a look at my polka dot channel over here. Let me see. There it is. In Odyssey, go live, checking out the live. What's happening in Odyssey? Ding, ding, I'm around in Odyssey. If you need to ask me any questions, you want to talk about something, just let me know. Just let me know. So where am I going to go with this? I think I'm going to begin this video. You know, I'm all over the place, right? If you ask me a specific question, or if I'm on a, I don't like the way my screen is moving. I'm moving and my body is not moving with my screen. I don't know. It's just like that in this. I reset my computer and it's just like something's all wrong. It's not fast. It's like, da, da, da. Okay, I'm not here for the entertainment. And then again, I am. So let me shut down this. I'm learning. Every single day I learn. And I learn from example. I learn highly from example. When I see people speaking and saying certain things, and then you take a look and you go, easy to talk. Easy to talk. Very, very easy. But the talk, even though they don't do the walk exactly to what it is, it teaches and you learn. And it is fantastic. Fantastic. And you teach. People see from your example, even when you're not teaching. What's in your mind? Your mind is not to teach, but to do it right. Sometimes you help others see. I have to throw this out. Just give me a second. 1 second. Yeah. I don't know why that's been sitting in my head. So I started thinking about, wow, I should let this down just a bit, eh? Let me see this. I'll be back in a minute. I want to go get my a box. The linear of the beginning of Rubik's Cube, right? Let me see if I can fold it the right way. One linear area of Rubik's Cube is one block here, and one block here. So when you have all three areas, you have all three blocks, right? Now I can open it up to where you can see. So let me fix this formation over here. And I can fix this up to where it actually is that box. You got 3 extra cans. Why 3 extra cans? Because the strand is 3 and a connecting 1 or a fold over. And I'm going to try and get out what I'm talking about. I'm going to see if I can use something, maybe these headphones. I can use these headphones. And what I believe happens, and I'm not going to probably do this right. I want to go up. So I go 1, what is it? Hold on a second. So when you take 1, the question is, once it wraps around, that's 1. So look what you did. You had to, the 360 degrees, you had to go and wrap it. Now you're underneath. You have to go all the way around to come back to the beginning, but on the other side. You'll never be on this side. You're going to be on the other side once you wrap the torus. Once, twice, hold on a second, like putting on the tefillin. Once, twice, 3 times, okay? And 3 times, there's no in between. Once you go a 4th time, okay, look at it again. Once around, twice around, 3 times around, that is where you stand. The 4th times around turns everything around. Why? How many are there? There are 5. So 1 times 2 equals 2 and 3. 3 and 2 equals to 5. The 3rd one is in the center, the 2 and 2. That is your wrap. That is your DNA wrap. Okay. The other way I look at it is as the strand is only, I wish I can cut this and show you how this works. The strand is this long. And what happens, is this the way I can explain it? Let me think. By the strand, I'm going to have to get maybe set this up another day, because what happens is the strand goes 1 and then it wraps around this way. And then it goes 1 and then it wraps around this way. And then it goes 1, it wraps around this way. Now when it comes to the next one to wrap around, 1 comes from the bottom and another loops up to connect the first loop, that it creates a fishing hook. The fishing hook, the way you connect the fishing hook, so it ties around and goes this way and then goes down, so everything locks into place in the area it is. That's because everything has to have a movement, right? Things are moving. Are things like electricity and they're just shaking? Is that what's happening in the wire? Because the wires aren't moving. You ever see the wire move? Wire doesn't move. Wire's right there. So what's moving? What's moving? Each set of the wire is being ignited and it's always holding energy within it. Where was I going with this? The DNA strand. D equaling to many things. What is D? Before I go on with this video, what is human? How does a human come to be? If we want to go back to what is human, we can almost say male and female. There's 2 parts stitched together. So I can say Frankenstein. Male and female, let's go a little bit deeper. Who holds the seeds? The male spermatozoid, zoid, and the egg. E and S. The 2 capitals of all life. E and S. The egg and the spermatozoid. E and S. The 5th letter and the 5th letter and the 19th letter. And it just so happens that when we restore the alphabet into proper position for life, A is no longer located in position number 1. A is now located in position number 6 according to the game of life, GameCube. And everything you can read into this, and I can put it to the words of life, because it is the word. Inside all the words are letters, and those letters has positions in the alphabet. And their position in the alphabet gives them what they call my letter position. I am S19. But I am S19 from the first creation, from the skeleton of creation, where everything is in the summary starting at 1, and as everything moves on, so do the letters shift. Although it sits in the first position, S, there is movement. First it is H, then it is HU, and then it is HUM, and then it is HUMA, and then it is HUMAN. Now we can alter this entire word because I can be putting H here and U here. And then I could be putting M here and M here and no longer using this. So when I do that, I will have to recreate this design. But inside this design, what stays center to all and what is in between? What is center is that 135153, creation of the E-world spirit, also known in letters as ACE, where man is 13 because the Hebrews follow the moon, and man only becomes man on his bar mitzvah. We bar the 12 in the game of the cube they call the seventh gate, where we have 21 dots to a face value of what you can see is the maximum of 6, but I want to count all possibilities in area space to where you can put all the dots. And the possible space where you can put all the dots is equivalent to what we know as face value, and there are 9 in a square. So I therefore count every side of this cube as number 54, and it becomes 54, which is the numeric value for love and the sun. Cube has a value, if I remember, of 31, and that is where the alphabet ends. No longer at 26 dog, but our alphabet ends on 31, at the ending where the beginning is at the gateway. 31, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3 and 4, 7. And that is your gateway to alpha beta creation, because now 3 times 4 will equal to 12, and that is the letter L. It is also the letter U, and it is created from A and B. A, B, L, U. And if you look at it, it's labu, or the laboratory. The U letter, the 21st letter, and the 12th letter. The total is 33. That's in rotation of mass energy. MAS equals to 33. Mass energy in which the moon controlling the ocean, the moon controlling the ocean, mass energy, 33, 6, and 9. I'm just trying to see how I just related the moon to this. I had a vision. Just give me a second to come on back. Let me write this down so I can keep up with myself. The moon, by the way, is 57. Mass is number 33. 13 is what created 3 and 4 to create 7 and 12, where we got the letter L and U from, which is created by A and B. Now that's able, because A and B will create the E, so it will be to enable you. To enable you, because when creating the E worlds, you also create what comes with the package of the E world, which is the sun. The DNA and the sun come together. Now, where does the DNA and why does the sun come to be? Because if we start everything by ABC and just work as ABC 1, 2, 3, you will see that A1 and B2, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal to 3 and 2. That is 5. So it is a 3 and 2, 5. Remember that. And it was a 1 and 2 that connected it. 1, 2, 2, 3. So it'd be 1, 4, 3, AC/DC. So 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 3, and 2 will equal to E. Now in the regular alphabet, the E is also noted, okay, to contain the 14th letter, 1 and 4, 5, and the 23rd letter, 2 and 3, 5. And when you look down at the roulette table, they enclose in their DNA holding in between 5 and 5, meaning that the number 14, 1 and 4, 5, and between 23. In between there are other numbers, 15, 16, 14, in between 14, yes, there is an in between. I have to actually design this before I show it to you. And we're going to come back to how I mentioned the moon
I don't have any good pens. Give me a good pen. No, I don't like you. Okay, maybe you. So the moon is number 57. I don't like this pen either. The moon is 57. Mars is 51. The alphabet forever, okay, is 27. This is the reverse alphabet. It's 27. Why 26, 13, and 13? 6, 1, 6. Rotation of the Mayan calendar, where it's 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, equaling to a total of 20. Or it'll be 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, equaling to a total of 15. Or it will be what is the basic of 616 equals to 13, or 161 equaling to 08. The rotation is always in 7 and 13s according to this calculator connected to the cube in the sun. So the calculator tells me that if I connect 1 to 6 over here, the same relationship is happening. What is below is above. 4 and 9 would be above. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 6 is 7. If we do it the opposite way, 7 and 6 is 13. 4 and 3 is 7. 9, 11, 5, and 15. 9, 11, 5, and 15. So these two numbers over here between 5 and 9, we're going to bring this together to understand this. And the way to bring this together, and yes, it branches out like a tree, and I tend to lose myself, is here is your 1, 4, 5. And if I flip that over, I'm going to have a 6, 3, 9. So my 1 and 4 equals to 5, okay, is going to flip over, and it will be a 6 and 3 equals to 9. But if it was a 2, and a 3 equaling to 5, then it'll be a 5 and a 4 equaling to 9. 3, 6, 4, 5, L-O-V-E, love. Love equaling to 18. But each of these letters have been reduced. Reduce 1, reduce 1, reduce 2, reduce none. E is carrying all the value of E. When it falls into this position, it's carrying all the value of E. Why did I do this? What is happening here is L is the 12th letter. 1 plus 2 equals to L3. O is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals to 6, so I reduced it a level. I reduced it of 9. Here I reduced the V by 2 levels. The S, the T, the U, the V, the W, the X, the Y, and the Z are the only ones reduced by 2 levels. Since all the beginning is going to come together, we're going to eliminate these and value them to the E world. Just like A and B, we're going to use these as A and B, or maybe I can use all 3 of them in this situation, where we only work from U until X. And the reality is that there's a polarity in between these 2 letters over here. This one will get number 4. This one will get number 3. I'm going to explain it. This one will be the queen, and this one will be the king. And I'm going to explain it. So now you understand that 2 and 3 got turned over into 5 and 4. Two and 3 gets turned over into 5 and 4. 5 and 4. The sun, S19, U21, N14 equals to the total of 54. 40, 54. 5 and 9, 14, and 4, 4 and 5, 4 and, hold on a second. 4 and 5, and this is okay, and this is 4 and 4, and it's a little bit different. The 4 and 4 goes into the quarter and half worlds. These go into the whole worlds. This is part of Mars. This is part of Earth. The reason for this is because when you create, you must follow these lines. And whatever you do to these lines, these are the payout obligations. In order to multiply 4 times 1, I will come out with an answer of 4. 4 times 1, 4. So my 4 came into the multiplication house, in which the only way to create this multiplication sign is to break up one of these squares into 4. So that becomes the quarter house. Earth is known as 2552. 25 is noted as quarter. 2 and 5 rebuild each other. 5 times any number will cut any number in half to a single digit in the Pythagorean count. 5 times 4 equals to 20. 2 plus 0 equals to 2, so 4 became half 2. 2 will build everything up back to where it was. So 2 and 5 are comparable. To where 2 and 5 are comparable, you can see that on the dice, they work together. And in 2 and 5, there is a void. On this side, since every side, if you take a good look, as I said before, the cube face, every single one of these faces will contain an area space that has a possibility to get one of these dots. So there are 9 per face. So there are 5 and 4 missing to where there are 2 and 7. So Venus comes into the E world. Venus on one side, the E world on the other side. They join at 3.5. Does one go into the other world? We only can live at 3 of these areas. Where will we be living? 3, 5, and 6? It seems that way for the 365 days a year. Point, okay, 0.47. Use that for a 7 because it lights up 6. Or use a 6. 365.47. That's the answer. 365.47. 365.47. So 4 is on a corner and 6 is on a corner. So 6 joins 3 and 5 on this corner, and 4 joins 5 and 7. So the 5 and 7 is a joint for the moon. So 4 joins the moon. And 6 joins creation of the E world. And then the E world joins the 7th gate. And then coming in on the opposition side is 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. In the heaven's birth, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will create that 5 into the heaven's birth. 5 and 3 will create 9. This 8 connects the corner to 5 and 9, to where 5 and 9 has just been spoken, to the polarities and the love meeting at 3.5. What is 3.5? One of these area spaces is 3.5. In order to run the minimum here, we are going to have 4. It's either going to be 4 or 9. That's because of the single dot, which one cell does not live alone, but on its own. I'm not really sure what to say about that. So we create this scenario over here. Actually, you do, this is a little wrong what I said. What happens, let me see if I get this right. Yes, it's these 3 areas here meet at the dock, which is over here. They all meet at this dock. So it's 3, 3, and then 1 in the center. Let's call it Venus. I can look at it that way. Let's call it Venus, everybody landing on where Venus comes to Mercury, right here. Venus comes to Mercury. They call it the E world. We're going to need 4 cubes to do that. So I'm just trying to think where that marker is. The number corner over here is number 2. So number 2 joins 1 and 5. So Venus, okay, in creating herself, will join Mercury and Jupiter, also noted to be Mars. When it comes into 5, 4 is now inside 5, right over here. Here's the 5, here's the 4. Anyways, I'm getting into something too complicated. Let's go back to what we had at the beginning, to where 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 9, and 6 equals to 15. 9 times 6 is 54. This is the sun, and this is the 7th gate of Mars. When you add 1 through 5, it equals to 15 on its own. That is the 7th gate. That'll be the spirit passing through the moon. Why through the moon? Because the 1 is first. Otherwise, it can also say, hold on a second, 2160. The other number it can say is, you can go in any one of these numbers. It really doesn't matter. But in this scenario over here, it's going to be 656. And in this scenario over here, okay, this is the heavens past for the spirit. This is a birth. This numeric value is for the moon. When it comes with 120, it'll become 1260, and then it can be reverted to this again. But this one's talking about the spirit of time through the moon. The reason for this is because the diameter of the moon is that number. Also, what made me to believe more and use this for my work is because 9 times 24 equals to 216, and the 9 is regulated to the birth, and the 24 is regulated to the 7th gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 will create its reflection onto this side. Where 2 and 4 is 6, 6 and 8 is 14. It is green. It is the green gate, because now when you're playing the game of pool, this reflection and a polarity, or what you want to call as a mirror reflection, is now the 14. The 6 and the 14, if I remember, are green, becomes the 6 and 5. The 6 and 5 is the student of Mars, which is created from the 7th gate E world. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. I call it the 7th gate E world, and the 15 balls coming from the game of pool, and I call it the E world because it is AB, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, creates 3 and 2, 5. Now you go to 3 when 3 and 5 comes together, or 3 and 2 come together to create 5 and 6, 11 creating 2. What I do down here, I'll do up here. What I do up here, I'll do down here. If I do this row, I'll do this row, I'll do this way. I'll calculate whatever I could here to understand how this works, how the numbers work. Because you do know it's the same separation. But if I had to count from here to here, I would just say what? In order for this to be a distance of 3, this is also a distance of 3. But in this one, I'll go 6.1 to 6.9. In this one, I'll go 4.1 to 4.7. In this one, I'll go 5.1 to 5.8, from 1.1 to 1.4, from 2.1 to 2.5. And that's the way I'll look at it. Or I'll go 3.1 all the way to 4, and 4 to 5, and then 5 to 6. So I'm counting 30 in between here, if I'm counting with points, because here is what they tell me I can do. I can multiply, but then if I multiply, I'd have to use all these numbers here. And if I'm adding, I'm going to have to use these numbers over here. And if I'm dividing, okay, I'm only going to be dividing here between here and here, because that's what this is telling me. My equal sign is what they tell me of all my combinations. So if I go 50, whatever number I do, I'm going to get an equal sign. I'm always starting with nothing because it's my point of departure. So what is 0, 1? It's your point of departure. It is 1, but it's actually 0.5, because it is the heart in which is told to us in life. It is the heart between here and what happened over here. And then here, you're always starting in between, because when you came into life, you were before life. And then you came into life. So you still have that footing, your fishing line inside of life. But when you die and your cord gets cut off, you drop the line and you wake up over here. You can't remember both. How do you want to live? You want to double task? You're already double tasking by talking to yourself. I'm going to get a glass of water. I'm going to come back. We're going to take a 1-minute break. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of words, and what we can do with letters and 2-letter words. Because obviously, if I'm starting or talking about A and B, then I'm talking about 2 different letters. Now I can be talking in
which alphabet scenario am I going to be talking about? For me, the easiest one, and I have not jumped into Chaldean, which is over here. This is Chaldean. These are the values in Chaldean. Department of Motor Transport. But we get Department of Motor Vehicle. The hen, number 5. In the E family of the alphabet. That's what I began to explain. When you just have the letter E, it's explaining the whole E alphabet, which is the N letter. So let me take off my focus here. Yeah, so it is the N letter. The N is the 14th letter. The W is the 23rd letter. As the 14th letter reverse, which is creation of the light. Creation of the light. 3 for creation, alpha, beta, creation. You want to give me something, some other value for C? You want to say copper, the copper top? Is that what you want to say? Give me some letters. You can also see that within this, we're creating a 6 and 9 just by its design. The heavens of I. And when you have the heavens of I, okay, the heavens of I, see the way the 6 is on the side? We're going to stand the 6 up here, and it's lying down here. 6 up. So when the 6 is up, we're going to get the 2 on top. When the 6 is looking like the letter I, we have to have, let me see this again. Yes, the 6 is looking like the letter I, the 2 is on top. Now when the 6 is looking like the letter H, okay, the 3 is on top. Let me see, is that the 3? Yeah. Looks like the H, the 3 is on top. It can be the 3 or it can be the 4 on top. The 3, but if the 2 is on top, it's going to look like that. Do you understand? And in order to see the 6 this way, the 1 has to be on the other side. So you already know where everything is. You already know the stories. What is, now you have to know what is 2. Is 2 1 and 1, and the other 1 is in the center? Is that the reason why you play blackjack and you only can have 1 ace 11? 1 ace 11. Either you have a 1, which is divided between 2 sides, the point, and then to the 2 side legs, or you have split in half, 2 aces. But 1 ace is 11, 1 ace is 1, and you can't have any more than 12. You can't have ace, ace, 11, 11, 22, because now you've split. And why do we have 11 anyways? Well, the total number is actually, I don't want to go minute, because we all know the total number is just A, and A. So, but when we start dividing it up and bringing the multiple levels to it, I don't want to lose myself in this explanation, and I will not, is A and B get moved over. And A and B now take on a new position. And the new position they take on is A will take on the 10th position, and B will take on the 11th position. And according to the rules and norms and things that are spoken about in the game of blackjack, we stand on 17. So since we stand on 17 in blackjack, the first and second, DNA second, is that how you spell and? DNA, same letters, different position, and including, and, does and mean including and also included in this package, like the letter N, and like the letter E includes the W and the N family, N-E-W, and it so happens they have a friend in their family, looks just like them, but it's in the A house. But remember that the A house lives in the E house. And it was all created because of Venus Mars. The passing of the 9 lives of the cat through the sun cube. So what it is that the 9, the I, is a reflection of the E world. And when you take the I, the reflection of the E world, what happens, because 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to the E world, when you move that all the way over to position number 11, you now have EE inside your creation. You have E with 10 and 11 together. You have now 5 to 21 because they become locked in a gate together. So you can either use it as 12, or you can now revert and flip everything over and mirror it and now go 12, 21. Right, now go 12, 21. I'm actually supposed to be stopping at 11 and calling it 11, 11. Sorry. We're going to move it back 1 step. I'm 1 step ahead. You know, I see it in my head. I'm not writing it. And now it goes away when I talk to explain it. So let me write this down. Let's show it off really easy. Let me get a glass of water first. Okay, just a 2-minute break. And I'll see if I can bring this back and see if I can see this again. And we all know, you know, things that come in formation can be like this. But if you want to know, is this an 8? Or if you turn it to the side? Or what about inside for H and for I? Maybe Star Wars is coming back again. We'll build ourselves an H beam. I'm a little thirsty. I'll be back. Oh boy. Now, where was I? Yes, just let me finish this. Hold on a second. Come on in. Come on in. Stay in. It's warmer inside. Okay, I got to remember where I was. I always lose myself. I should go back and think what I was talking about. Sorry about that. Terrible, eh? It's terrible, terrible. Certain things. A lot of stuff on the desk. A lot of stuff on the desk. Just give me a minute. I gotta clean up. I can't move. Can't think when everything's cluttered. I can tell you right now, you can't think. You think sometimes I'm out of order. I'm not. I'm just doing a lot of things at once. I haven't even worked. We started with the moon. I'd like to maybe continue back to the moon. We were working on a word. Nobody's commenting to keep me up to date where I was. I was also at one point. Yes, I remember where I was right now. I remember where I was, and I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to write a little bit slower. And I wish I can find one of my pens. God forbid I should have a pen again, right? Okay, maybe this one will work. Okay, A, B,
C, D. They're all unique. And the reason for that is because of R and U, the 18th letter and the 21st letter. Unique because of the 06 and 09, because of 3 times 3 and 3 plus 3. What is 9 times 2, 6 times 3, 7 times 3? Ways to get to the numbers. Each one of these have their own polarity. These are the alphabetical polarity. There's a 27 value on every single letter. I was just telling you about A and B. In the scenario before, if you can remember how I got here, where A and B will create L, E, and U. How A and B creates B, L, and U is because A and B are numbers 1 and 2. The L is the 12th letter. The U is the 21st letter. Therefore, it'll always be what is. What is A and B? It is noted to be first, and it is noted to be second. So if it is first and second, and A is the only vowel, we will now stand, okay, and we will stand on 17. Now, we know it's a flashback between 16 and 18, where you're at the Department of Motor Vehicles for your license, or you're looking for your spirits at the SAQ or the S something Q, SAAQ, but whatever it is, this is Department of Motor Vehicles and the moving of the spirits, in which will usually come legal all around the world at the age of 21. 18 is noted. I'm not going to get into this right now because there's a separate story to this. Let's finish with what we begin with. So the value of these two in my star system math is 2 and 3. 1 plus 2 equals to 3, blah, blah, blah. 3 times 2 equals to 6 equals to 5. I'm only going to work with the plus. In my star system understanding of basic of what a child needs to know is that this plus sign, and only follow the lines, just like we were taught, just follow the lines. So I'm following the lines, and I see that each area space stays whole. Value every area space at 350. 350 and 350 and 350 and 350. Now the question is, should it be this size? Should that be the exact size? Should I make it twice its size for the value of 350? Should this be actually valued at 320 at 175 times 3 equals 5 1/4? Okay, plus 1 equals 2. What is 700? To where in this world, it's a 0.5. The 20 world. In this world, here's 20, this one's 40. And I'm going to try and see if I can explain it, because this world is the half world of Earth. As you can see, all I can make is singular 4 squares over here in this design. But in this design, I got whole areas. The value for a whole area, okay, which can be divided online in every single one of these aspects, has to be understood in itself, and every area value is valued at 35 to 1. I like to put the 0 on the end because usually everybody says zeros have no value. There's no points. So I'm going to put a point just before the 0. But it is actually a 0 because it pays 35 to 1, and every single dollar has 100 in it. So if it pays 35 to 1 and has 100, it's actually 3,500. But it's 35. So I take 35, but in order to get that, I have to buy it. To buy it, you need to have this. The word buy and sell are both number 48. But in the world, we have to understand, we have to exchange things from the fleshy robotic world, from the fleshy to from the human to the robotic. So if we're going to change human to robotic, we have to do it on paper, because everything begins on paper. If you can't create it on paper, so if I understood correctly, it was to sell, and it was a buy product. If it's a byproduct, is it a female noted to be electrical? Or it could have been plumbing. See, in my world, I'm hearing sounds. I'm hearing vibrations. I'm not reading with my eyes from my head outward. I am seeing from with my ears inward. And I am dissecting the words as the word is to my body, non-association to the complete phrases in which might be taking you off in another direction. I rephrase everything and take it as is. In the world that we live, where everything is manipulative, where not everything you hear is exactly what it is, and not everybody is telling you the truth. And when the mass tries to sell something into the public, okay, you can hear the repetitiveness of certain things, almost like pop-ups continuously coming onto your computer, infiltrating which are actually a destination for why you're on the computer, other than why you're on and being altered. In fact, it is not better for us for the computer to remember your password, and it is not better for us for them to remember anything at all other than what you should put up, but you need to enter everything to continue the flow of what you know and not what you're going to get, because you're only going to get, when it goes away, you won't know how to get it again. You have not, and then, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just fix it. No, you can't always just fix it. It doesn't work that way. From the moment you get serious about looking for something because it's important, that is serious, so it has to be serious from when you open the machine. The intensity, when I present to you, voila, his intensity burning is what should be inside of us, should be a raging fire through every breath, not inside this world, but seeing it with your eyes closed and using it inside this world, diplomatically, logically, rationally. And in peace for all. But when the dragon leaves the body, it is only to protect the mind of one and the mind of all. But otherwise, the dragon sleeps, and the dragon devours and creates its fire in the learning of the knowledge of the hidden secrets of this amazing place we live. And I believe we are here to defeat our greatest enemy, dumb and stupid, that is the smartest in the world, that doesn't have a care and couldn't care less, but loves us all the same, because we are who we are fighting, and it is nature unleashed into the universe. Slowly, we have controlled area space around us, coming into the teens, and not until we reached the seventh level of the teen. Not until we reached the seventh level of the teen did we not get our day's rest of the gates of the divide. Teen starts at where the gateway begins, because otherwise for this world, there is no world unless you begin at the gateway. And that gateway, that seventh gate, leads into the eighth heaven, bringing on the
8 and 1 spirit of the birth in the heavens, or birth of the heavens. Now, when you bring Venus inside the birth into the heavens, you create one, and then you separate it. And then you take a look, and this is how they came back to tell us what they did. Rubik's Cube, a spindle in the center controlling 6 arms, and an arm controlling a face of 9 and a face of 12. 9 and 12, I and L, 9 and 3. And that's where I was, where I lost my space. So I'm going to bring you up to date where we were in this. Since A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. What happens, okay, is after I, you go back to A again. So it becomes A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, G, H, I. But in reality, it wasn't like that, right? It was supposed to be I, then J, then K, then L. So once the 4th row comes in, the 1st row is eliminated. And now you're going to count from 4D to 12L. And this will be the purple. You notice the P and the R are almost alike, but this one has a leg on it, and this one does not. This is telling a story. I'm not really sure what the story is yet, but I will get back with you. A times B, A plus B, creating the, you see when I put the multiple, the addition here, or I have a single multiple here. When I put my multiple here, I will create my star system. But when creating this multiple over here, I have overlooked one of the main things, that my smallest x can happen in one area box. The crisscrossing of this will create this center crisscross as a value of 4, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 crossing, or is the value at 8. But if the value is at 8, we're only talking about 0.5. We're only talking about halves, because this is 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. But they're different halves, because the crisscrossers, right, are longer halves. So I'm not sure which numeric value I'm going to give it, but I'm just showing you this reality. This is my star system. The single one, or the one that creates 4 worlds. Here's 4 worlds. Here's 1 world over here. It's the 1 world pass of 10. 1 world pass of 10. Okay, in order to create this, I need 4 areas to create this minimum space. Here it's 1 area. So if I need to live this, I can put this into here, and I can have my... Now, if this happens, all 10s, all x's, okay, if you value them at 10, that will equal to 40. You are going to need 1 here, and 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 1 here. This is the star system, and now you can extend the star system. How everything gets split up because of the main box. Now, is there any other way to do this? Oh, and then these. Inside, it's going to show a number 11 inside of it. It's going to show a 10 and 11. The reason for that is once you create, I'm just trying to see if I can recreate this. Did I recreate this? And then these sides came up here. What did I recreate? Trying to see. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm jumping off my thing. Let me just do this properly. A, B, C, D, E, F,
G, H, I. When A and B come out of the game, okay, it's replaced with J and with K. So now we're going C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. K is the 11th letter, playing from position 9. So when we reflect this, we will go all the way to the 22nd letter, and that 22nd letter is V. So if I'm going to go backwards, we're going to go U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, N. So this is what's going to happen if we go backwards. The V would be last, the C would be first. This would be number 3, this would be number 4. In between it, it is the E world, because between 3 and 4 is only a 0.5. Where do we get these numbers from? And am I mixing you up? It's the dice cube. 4 and 3. The 4 and 3 explain whatever they do explain. I'm not going to go through the dice cube again unless you ask me to. No one is commenting unless the comments don't work. Let me check out here. I rarely go over to a live discussion. Let me see if someone's going to say something. Hey, how you doing there, Odyssey? Sometimes I get a little bit lost. So anyways, when I did the alphabet shift, I'm also going to shift and do the reflection of the alphabet, right? I didn't fill in, I filled it all in, but when I do this, I'm not filling in this area over here. So we have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 areas. The 12th is barred, like they say in the game of craps. So this is the reflection. Now, if I was to run the alphabet this way, okay, with removal of A and B, I want to recenter my alphabet. You see, I replaced my alphabet with A and B. So what if I removed A and B here? Then I would have removed. Well, I should have. See, I only doubled up. I shouldn't have doubled the alphabet. This is only a reflection of the first part. I should have went from 26. I should have went from Z as A. I should not have done it this way. This is. I don't want to accept this. I could accept it this way by doubling it up, but I'd have to reverse it from the Z, in which I'm removing Y and Z and starting from X, which is the 24th letter. So I should have just taken this away and should have went X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Okay, I stopped over here in 9, right? 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Okay, so this were the letters. So it'd be 6 and 7. What is 3 and 2 ending? So here, the 26th position, because I'm starting in the 26th position, but here I started in the 3rd position. No, I started in the 24th position, right. The 24th position and the 3rd position, yes, they are polarities, right, yes. So now here's the next one. I mean, I'm hoping that you're trying to understand what went on, or please ask me to start over and I will. Because now we're going to run into what is polarity between these two letters. When I move D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, I bring a new set. Here is 4, here is 3. Now we replace A, B, C. When I take away A, it is in the spirit time. A, spirit time. B, which is ND, which is your DNA, which is the 4th world, and through the sun, 5 and 4 come together. This is the birth into the world of Minion, into the world of 10, into the world of the delta angle, where if you just take this for example, what you can do is I can split that right like that. And now I'm going to I don't know. No, it shouldn't be done that way. It should be done. One is on a 45-degree angle, and the other one comes to meet it. I'm just trying to see exactly. I shouldn't be doing any of this artwork right now. I'm not ready. It's just going to give me another angle tilt. I'm just looking for the tilt of the pyramid. See this long bridge over here? Anyways, I don't want to get into the artwork. We're just going to keep it at this basic. So A is ST, B is ND, C is RD, and by the way, APE, 18 and 422, APE, APE, the E and A world, where A is in the E world, the arts and entertainment world of Mars and Earth come together. They are the first of their kind. It starts at 1, but the reality is nothing starts at 1. Nothing starts at 1 and 1, -1 and +1. You skip over and you create Abba. Always talking about East. They're talking about East because that's how it all began. It began with A, B in the first world, or was it BAB in the first world? I'm not really sure of this combination, but it's all about A and B and C and D because of first, second, third. This is standard. But in blackjack, A and B, which creates stand, they're standing on 17. They stand on 17, and how do you create 17? This equals to 17 in a split world. But it's basic, at least it moved into the B world, because the first part of this equation is this. According to the 9 we are given of the life, we are taking a basis of 1 and 8 through what the dice cube is to each face of the dice cube, regardless what it says. If it's working with dots, okay, here it's telling me my face is 32. Here it's telling me my face is 2. So the smallest of its face is 2. When it goes polarity, it only goes to 4. So what is that? 64, 32. So everything's polarity is only doubled. But here, it's 6 times the amount. This is backgammon, the game of all 6s. What? Sorry, the game of all 5s. Backgammon is games of all 5s. There's 4 areas with 5 possibilities. Your home makes up of 5 areas of 15 chips, 5 and 15. I had an equation for that, which is E and O, E-I-E-I-O, 5, 9, 5, 9, and 0. The heavens we are win. The birth gates, 5 and 9, because the E is the gate we are in. So what is the 9? Is the 9 the total of 5 and 9 and telling us I come from the sun and Mars? Do we play 5 between 9, which is 6, 7, and 8? And in the deck of cards, they all fit together. And that's 21, reflecting the cube. Why reflecting the cube? Someone please ask me a question. Why reflecting the cube? Because the total number of dots on a cube is 21. The life that we know is a skeleton life. Prime and prime numbers are skeletons. Prime and prime numbers are skeletons. In blackjack, we stand on 17. In blackjack, in regular cards, there are 9 cards, and that equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equals 45. Plus the 10th card, and the 11th card, and the 12th card, and the 13th card. And it now equals to 46. 45 and 46. So the total is 91, the same numeric value to the spirit. Now when we go to the game of blackjack, all the cards are now worth 10. So we're going to remove -1, -2, -3 in blackjack. There is no ABC in blackjack. There is no secondary ABC in blackjack. You see, in cards, there's a A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. It happens twice. The heaven comes in and it ends between the gateway, king, and the queen, the E-world and gateway. The mathematical star system multiplication of 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 3 and 2, 5, equaling to the E-world or the letter E. E or 0, 5, okay, bringing in, because everything with 0 will bring in number 6. The O, also known as the 15th letter, 1 and 5 equals to 6, also replicated on a dice cube where the number 1 plays from the 5 position, which is a reflective of number 6, explaining that inside of 5 is 1, which is opposite of 2, which is played a role which is igniting what is the 6. That is your half world. Why is it a half world? Because it comes in between. If Jesus and Moses and Noah were all builders, they all know you're not measuring here, you're measuring from here to here. The only time you measure here is when you're measuring for a cross, the distance. But if you need to straighten things out, make things straight, you'll always measure corner to corner, also to know for the greatest cut. In here, it's easy. It's a square. So you end up with 0, 5. So 1 times 2. So when I multiply 13 times 12, okay, 13 times 12, which is 130 and 26. 156 plus 25 equals to 181. That is your exact number I was explaining to you. That is right here on the dice cube. The 1 dot to the 8 void to the 1 dot. You see, because the spirit is from one world through the 8 heaven back into the next. And you do know that the heaven is only 4 corners, but to get in there, it's 4 corners and 4 corners. In fact, there are 4 corners on 6 sides. There are 24 corners. But this corner is going to meet at 3 corners. So if it meets at 3 corners, you only have to multiply 3 by 8. But if it's meeting at 4 corners, it's not meeting. It doesn't meet at 4 corners. It meets nowhere at 4 corners. Here we can meet 3 corners together. So the maximum number of corners you can meet together is 3. 1 here. And it happens how many times? It happens 4 and 4. It happens 8 times. 3 by 8, 24. If we're working with number 3, then it would be 3 by 120 degrees equals to 360. If we worked it by 4, it'd be 4 by 90 degrees equaling to 360, which is a difference of or less than what percentage in our creation, knowing the polarity is between 3 and 4, which is 0.5. 1 as the difference between anything. Meeting at the center point will always be a 0.5, and the 0.5 of all meeting is in the center of this cube where everything meets at 3.5. Regardless of the number, everything meets at 3.5, so the closest meeting point is 3 and 4 DC, and that is your original and true 7th gate, understanding that 7 times 7 times 7 equals to 343. So we get the same numbers. Then 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals to 21, and that's another 3. Over here, the total will equal to 1 in a single-digit count, and this one will equal to 3. And it's your DC of AC/DC creating the entirety through the 7s. So we have 3 7s. We are going to have what is the G family, known as the half-life and the divided life of Earth. The half-life, the spirit is 1776. Inside is the letter P for pay. So pay none, when they put pay none on the gravestone in Hebrew, they're putting this letter over here. 3 by 8, 1 by 8. Here, this is going to create 1717 star system. When you take these numbers over each other, it'll create 25. This 77 Christ is born through the sun. 7 and 7 is 14 to create the 5 in a single-digit count. The totality of them is 34/7. Now, to get to these same ironic numbers, all you want to have to do is go ONE, which is 15, 14, and 05, equaling the total of 34. Or you would have set 6, which is a Roman numeral 9, 9, 0, 9, 24, equals to a total of 52. So what is 1 and 6, 7, will create 3 and 4, what is 7, into what is 2 and 5 Pythagorean count, which is Earth 7. I used this and called this 35-to-1, where I came up with the 350s, but I never finished the programmation in this, which equals to 1400, which all zeros equal to 6 will right away tell me it's about the passage to the birth of the sun. 66 equals to 36, 66 equals to 12, and the total here is 48. What's missing here are the 10 you need to buy each one of these. And when you buy each one of these for 10, you will now have 1400 and the 40 that you brought to the table, your life into the blue world of the sun, the orange and the blue coming together. I'm a little thirsty. It'd be nice to see somebody say something, like something, I don't care, do something. I want to know what I'm doing, if it's right, if it's wrong. I have absolutely no experience in coming over here, no experience in doing videos. I do not, for some reason, I do not prepare for any of this. I probably should. Production managers, it probably would help. If what I'm saying has any meaning or relevance into this world, it'd be nice to take it to another step. Yeah, I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right on back. Let's take a 3-minute break. It's going to be 3 minutes starting at 1:11:46 of this video. I'm going to check here. Usually my everything shows up. Let me see. Yeah, okay. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Maybe not even 3 minutes, but I think I'm going to have some nuts. Here, just give me 2 minutes. I'm just warming up us a little bit of tea. Trying to think what level I can take this to next. Still, there's really no sun in the sky. I usually don't like to be a dreary person, but you know what? In life, sometimes you have to speak up and just to say what you need to say, get it off your chest. Never keep things on your chest, but we seem to think that if we say something, the other person is going to get upset right away and not listen to what you have to say or take it in the wrong context, because the vocabulary that we use and some people's understanding can't always pick up the signs. And it's crazy how, just give the tea a little bit of time. I just found a fork. Just give me a second here. I'm looking for, hold on. Gonna be ready in a minute. Gonna be ready in a minute. Warming up my coffee. How is everybody today? Always stay positive, my friends. We gotta stick together. Our security is our positivity. We are all different from each other, very different. Some of us need more space, some of us need less space. Everybody needs their peace of mind. Very important to have the peace of mind, or the time just to have peace. You can be 100 people around, just sit in the same room, work what you got to work on, but nobody interfere anybody else. Don't interfere, man. Funny word, isn't it? Funny word. Interference, fear. So when I'm looking at fear, I have in and ter, like into enter, but into inter. Instead of enter into my house, like you're in the E world, you're in the noun, but you're not inter. Interfere. You're interfering with what? You can enter into, in, using the word in, is 9 and 5. It's a reflection of the dice. The heaven is the next section of what is the 6 and 8. When you have 6 and 8, the 6 and 8 is the basic heaven of life. It's the carcass of life, 6 and 8. The E world becomes the mind. So when you enter into the E world mind, you now have 4 and 10. The inside of all the numbers is 1 and 4 or 4, 10. It comes into beta creation. The 4 and 10, or the 4 and the 1, comes into beta creation explained through CB codes. Now I'm talking in a formulated language to where C and B is number 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. And inside of that is 1 and 4. 1, 4 is 5. So when we come to this design, now I'm going to be a little bit all over the place with this one. When we come to this design over here, okay, this is where the 14, which is the sun, into 23, which is the BC creation. Here is the AD, here is the BC. It seems like numbers started from 36 and 12 equaling to 48, and it began by 66. They barred the 66, and the reverse to 66 is 11, which is wow, 0, 1 and 0, 2 equals 0, 3. And in between that is the 45 fox of love into the sun through the 7th gate. So the void is 88, and the void is the mass at 33. So ways to get to 16 or 61 or the invert of 61, I'm not going to go there right now, but I just got intrigued, meaning how can I recreate 6 and 6 other than the basic ABC equals 6 and ABC equals 6. 1 times 2 times 3 equals 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. And that's where I begin the two worlds. Now, where is the 3 going to take place? Is this the 3? And is this the 3 coming into fruition? And then if that were it, you would have one here and one here in an empty space, and one here and one here in an empty space. And then let me see how that would work. Yes, that's the way it would work. I'm not going to count about the half areas. So we'd have 4, 3, 3, 11. Anyways, what is this? This is the core of the 26-letter alphabet in creation from the 36 basic shapes called the alphabet and numbers. I'm not going to use shapes because this is going to be this. And if I did this, then I can create an octagon. I can create a pentagon. I can create a hexagon from it. So I can do that, right? So anyways, let me get to this. What happens in roulette? There are 36 numbers. The center of the 36 numbers falls right over here. The area position, if I'm talking only about the fabric of space, is going to be a total of 111. Just give me a second. Let me see. I have to. Wow. You know, when you have a lot of wheels that you want to show off, and then you can't follow them because your wheels fall off. Oh, what happened to the camera? So it's these wheels. And the wheels are made on the bedding to where 35 and 4 is 39, and 23 and 16 is 39, and 4 and 33 is 37, and 16 and 21 is 37. 33 and 36 is 39. 21 and 18 is 39. 6 and 31 is 37. 31 and 8 is 39. 19 and 18 is 37. 19 and 12 is 31. So it switches at the spirit number. Okay, at the spirit number. Alpha, this is the beginning and the end. 1 and 9, the beginning and the end. The beginning and the end. The beginning and the end. When it is the beginning and the end, it is the 18. 1 plus 8 equals to 9, because that is the beginning of the end of the one spirit of the heaven, shown over here. 1, 8 equals to 9. There is your 9, the beginning and the end. How come it came out like that? The beginning and the end is the S, is the 19th. So if you're going to add 1 to 9, how do you get 9? And that's with 1 and 8. There is 1 and 8 equals to 9. 9 minus 8 equals to 1. So this is the letters H and I, which are the heavens of birth. The heavens of birth, they are the same letters. Turn it this way or turn it this way. If you turn it this way, you're going to sleep. If I turn it this way, you're waking up. So your sleep splits your day. in which comes from Pluto. It was the bi, or the cell, or it was the bicell. 29 is your birth. It is actually the greatest number before the birth comes into effect through the sun in the half-life of the spirit of 76, inverting your cube and inflicting the moon upon us. I'm going to explain that. The polarity of these dice is 1 and 6. You cannot count to 1 and 6 unless you put the 1 to sleep. When the 6 is up, the 1 is asleep, the total dots are 20. When the 1 is up and the 6 is asleep, the total dots are 15. This is the game of pool where they have 15 balls, and this is the game of darts where they have 20 darts. If you want to go to 30, I'm going to go to bowling. If I want to go to 15, I'm going to talk about football. But now if I'm talking about 15, I'm now going to multiply that by 4 equals to 60, and that's game time. Game 26 time 47, the total is 73. Game time, Nibiru. Nibiru also has to be understood as where these letters go. In the streets of Beirut. Entry into creation, the E world of I, again, the EI, in the BI, in the house of Venus. It takes 4 times Venus to create anything. Venus is the number 2. 4 times 2. And in French, they say 80, which means, and 4 times 20. So they say it into the quarter world. They say it into the quarter world because the multiplication will create a single cube into the quarter world. And if they put that into the quarter world, into that world, we will have 4 cubes. It changes. You can have it different ways. 4 cubes, in which will create 1 cube, 1 big cube into the whole world, creating and noted to be the E world. But I'm only using 4 squares. I like to use 9 squares, so there's 2 ways to look at this reality. Unless this is the Mayan man that keeps promenading, like you move 4 inside the house of 9, right? Inside the cat's house of 9, you're constantly moving 4. So there's 4, one on top of each other, levels. There's 1 in the center, 1 underneath receiving, and then 3 on top. And the reason I say it that way is because of army stripes. Army stripes. 3 stripes, 1 above, and then 1 stripe up there. And that's basically something to do with army stripes. And then what would you connect together? You'd connect that one, and then you'd connect that one and that one. I'm not going to connect the step. I'm not going to connect that step there, right? So I'm not going to put anything here. So obviously if there was a step here, there's got to be a step that's over here, just looking by the army stripes. So anyways, we got to I and S, and this is the letter R. So it's the letter R. So it's, this is the R, and this is in the Venus world. You remember AI? Anyways, it ends up to say Israel at the end. So if you actually take out your calculator, right, and you count here, the row is 12 and the letter L. The row here calculates to 15, the letter O. The row here counts to R. The beginning and the end create the 19 S, which comes from A and R. R is also part of the I family, and the end result is I. It's AI. So in reality, it's O Israel is what the numbers say. Where's my calculator? But anybody can play with it, and that is not, wow, when I need a calculator, first I had 3, now I have none. Wow. 7, 4, and 1 is 12. So that is the L letter. That is the L letter. 8, 5, and 2 is 15. That is the O letter. 9, 6, and 3 equals to 18. That is the R letter. The beginning and the end, okay, is the A and the I. Together, they are the S. So I'm going to, if I would have did this in order, I would have seen the design that came out of it. So the beginning and the end means that everything else lives in between. That means if it is the beginning and the end, then the beginning and the end is talking about Venus. Whether it's Venus with the spirit passing, 1 and 9 and 3 and 7, but it is the house of Venus where lies Mercury, creating Earth and everything else. Now, within Mercury joining the house of Venus, they create the bigger illusion of creating Jupiter. Pi meaning dividing, Ter meaning Earth, the eye. So was it made smaller when humans came in, or was conscience defragmented? What is going on? Bigger and smaller is moving energy, moving knowledge. Everything that is known is known. There's not much more that is being known other than what is happening and what is remembered and retained over the period of time. Can that be thrown away, or can that be squashed and revitalized in the ash rising up from the seas? I don't know. So I just want to finish with this piece over here. What this piece here is 111 plus 14 or plus 23. So it's going to be 3 and 5 or 3 and 5. It'll be 3, 1, 4. It'll be 3, 2, 3. So if you're talking about pi, this is where it has to be. Why 3? 1, 2, 3. That is the center. That's the core center that brings everything together. And it runs like that. And then you have to go 1, 2 down and 2 over, 1, 2 down and 2 over. Should I take it like this? Can I make a distorted, or should I take it to here? Slightly open cube of the fox cube. Fox cube. This is the center of roulette. Hold on a second. The center of roulette board, where the design reflects each other, happens over here, okay, in 36 numbers. But the actual center of the real roulette, I have to restructure everything because I found a little flaw in one of my pieces, is although the roulette table reflects each other, it only reflects each other up to a point. Okay, I'm going to have to go over and take a look at it myself, because I'm going to show it to you on the floor in 2 minutes. So this is the center. So in the center, what happens is the R and the U are over here. The P and the S are over here. So when it gets reflected, it gets flipped over or moved over. And where it was number 7, it is now number 1. Where it was number 9, ending, it is number 3. But this is on level 2. Level 1 is the I. Level 2 is the R. Level 3, okay, level 3 is, there is no anything. When level 3 starts, it starts with the letter U. Actually, it starts with the letter S. The S and the U are the beginning of the next level. 1 and 3, 13, 1 times 3, the level of man. the ending of the gate of man's birth, 3 times 3, 313. It is Mars where it takes off, U2. So this is the cube that's in the center. And this point over here is the heart between 17 and 20, which is 18.5. 9 and 5. Again, reflecting the E and the I, which is your DNA birth after the death of Christ. The beginning and the end, 2 and 5. Earth and Venus. The beginning and the end. The spirit of Venus. So I'm not really sure where we went to with all of this. We got to Pluto to Bi, to an understanding of where Bi comes from. Bi comes from number 14 and number 16. We're going to do it on this side. I'm going to see if I can do it on this side. Bi 29, it's actually 20209, which will be 11 plus 120 equals 131. What happened? Every time it's a single digit and I put a 0, all zeros equal to 6. The creation world times 3. Venus is the creation world. All zeros equal to 6. Not only that, it's just that it's 1 in between all. So that's 8. So it's 9, which is all, which is 1 in between all, which equals to a total of 8, where 8 and 1 go together. And 8 and 1 mathematically do the same thing. If I go 9 times 8 equals to 72, 7 plus 2 equals to 9. So I'll go 9 times 1 equals to 9. I'm going to get the same alternate result, but the same reaction. So 1 plus 1 equals to 2. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. Okay, equals to 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. So what happened is I went up by 1, and 8 and 8, 16 to a single digit. I went down by 1. So if I go by 1 again, I'll go to 3. If I add 8, it equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6. Again, I went down by 1. 8, 7, 6. So when you look at the deck of cards and you see the 8, 7, 6 looking like the same, they all expanded from the same reality, where the one center to the heavens of all. 1 and 8 come together, and that is A, H, and R. That is where Ra comes together. And Ra comes together actually with Sarah, because R is in the A family. Mark it up for 19, add on the A. If it's in the E family, like the letter N, you can say the 14th and the 5th letter equals to 19, but the sound is before the entry to the E world. So mark that as value of 9. The same as in Roman numeral. I follow the Roman numeral law that if the 1 is before or the 1 is after, all vowels, I'll give true value to next to the letter if I'm looking to create a situation. Hello, Michelle. How long have you been here? Have I not said something to you yet? Sorry, I did not see that. I'm going to check now my other channel. Are you still here, Michelle? Okay, you know what's funny? When somebody's watching on another channel, it shows nothing. So now I have up on the screen, I've got Odyssey. So if somebody says something in Odyssey, I'm going to see. Just let me have a sip of my tea and go put a little bit more water. It keeps getting cold. So, yes. Let me finish with this piece here and be a little bit more serious. I tend to joke around at the same time I'm being serious. I was talking about how number 14, which is AD, but the 14th letter is N, or if you want to go DNA, okay, you would have 1 times 4 equals to 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. 5 times 4 equals to 20. 5 plus 4 equals to 0.9. The total is 29. But also to understand that they're in the 66 world, because from each area there was a 0 added on. This is on the second level. This will turn into the letter T. This will turn into the letter I. So when I look at the sun, I like to call it the Sun Cube star system, because it is the IT, and I always look at the IT as the internet network, the communication network, where there's lines and dots coming together, which is an information continuation, the delivery of the information, the matter and the energy working together. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy how you are able to hear me. I'm able to hear you, because there's life. There's life all around. Who is alive? Who is actually alive? Are we telling the information what to do? Would we be alive if the information wouldn't go? Would our hearts be able to beat? Would our hearts be able to beat? What is one of the most important things is that the mailman gets the mail delivered. So the information getting delivered to your heart keeps your heart ticking. The most important person is your freedom. No, the most important thing is the freedom for your heart, and the freedom for your mind is understanding how to classify and categorize everything so that your heart is set free. To be able to say things to the people that work for you, your friends, in order to set yourself free without somebody thinking that you're coming at them for a specific reason other than just to let things off your heart and empty your garbage can sometimes. And it's not a bad thing to empty the garbage can. It's just a discussion for a better understanding. Computers are always doing that, all the time, for a better understanding. You know? You know, I throw my garbage in the garbage can. I even see garbage on the floor. I pick it up and throw it in the garbage can. But it's dirty. Yeah, that's why I'm throwing it out. Armored tanks. We are like armored tanks. We are like armored tanks. Okay, it's an hour and 42 minutes. Let me see, did I have anything to take off this paper? Yes, I remember what I was going to talk about earlier on. We were talking about this number 29. So the mathematics brought me to 29 from number 14. The 14th letter is the letter N. The reverse of the 14th letter is the letter M. In gematria, through the gematria counter. Now let me see that I have unplugged in here for a second. I want to see if I can find this. Okay, maybe I have it in that. Let me see. Just hold on a second. I'm going to look for something. Just give me a second here. Okay. Okay, I think I got it over here. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, it's right here. Now, can you see my mouse? Okay, if you follow up the scale, okay, take a look. You follow up to number 7. Now, I don't have to be doing it this way. I have a new way to do this, but take a look at this for a minute. What I designed here is single area space, okay? But we're going to connect 2 and 3 together and call it 1. We're going to connect 4 and 5 together. No, let's not do this. Let's just take it for what it is, because I have a new way to design this. So when you go to 7 at the top, that'll be the letter G. When you go to the next 7, okay, that will be the letter T. Now, in the next design that I'm going to share with you, let me see if I can do it. Okay, over here, I wanted to, can I turn this to the right or something? Okay, when you look at this design over here, okay, I put above and below, so you see there's an in-between world in between. I wanted to, how can I take a picture of this? Just 1 second. Hold on a second. Just 1 second, 1 second. Boy. Be with you in a minute. Just take a look at that. Now, if you can see in yellow, right? In yellow, there's like 2 humans lying down from each other. They're lying down like head to head. Do you see it? Okay, there's nobody on right now, so I'm going to be taking a little break, setting up something else. Just give me a second. No, there's a couple of people I see. Okay, how you doing? It's just not showing up on my Steamboat or StreamYard. I'm looking for to create this picture here, just to show you. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm going to come back. Okay, I'm just uploading a picture here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, no, not that one. Whoa. I'm just looking for a new picture. Okay, this is the new picture over here. So what this picture is over here is it's the alphabet. You have to stop the alphabet on the first 2. I reflected and mirrored the alphabet over and over again. This has to be 1 more time, okay, in order to create the 9 lives that we work with. When we create the 9 lives that we work with, you will see an 808. Let me see if I can get to the rest of this design and restructure this. Give me a second. I'm going to, and I don't know if I should use those antennas the way I did. Maybe I will, maybe I won't use the antennas. Use the antennas to connect to alternate worlds. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay, maybe I'm going to have, hold on a second, copy, paste. Oh, no, I don't need to. I don't need to. Okay. Just 1 second. And now copy, paste, rotate, flip, place. And I want to do one more thing on this. And it's copy, paste, and then paste, and then flip. And then the rest I'm going to paint in black. I'm going to come back to you. Here I go, save. Hand 66. Take this down. Add 1 more picture over here. And then I'm going to open this up. And then we're going to take a look at this. 1:45 in the afternoon, 1:49 in the cassette. I'm going to say 1:45. Okay. When you take a look at this, what I did is I took away on the right picture, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, right? On the right picture, you can see there's an in-between, like the spider. Well, that's that spider that connects the energies that connect between the two sides are not connected together, but it looks like they're connected together to create one. And in between is the area space. If you look at the perfect area space, the 0, which means the connecting area, first design, okay? In between the whited area. Wow, nothing's connected properly. Things pop up. It's not good. Just like out of nowhere. So anyways, yeah, I wish I can show it to you. Actually, I could. I'd rather show it to you on the camera than like this. I can't explain it like this. So let me take this off. Then we have the deck of cards, how the deck of cards came together, reflecting what is above is below. How about the monkey on my head? The rhesus monkey. What a beautiful monkey that is, eh? It's supposed to be a very smart monkey. It's what brings everything together, that rhesus monkey. I've been talking about that for 10 years. I don't know if you can see the monkey moving. Can you see the monkey moving? Okay, so let me take off that beautiful monkey. Let's go to the roulette. You want to see those cubes and what's going on? Ask me what's going on. I will tell you what's going on with this picture over here. Okay, what's going on with this picture over here is, first of all, each one of the cubes contains a total of 36. Now, when the cube ends and the tails cross, okay, I believe the entire design has been tied back together, ending with a double X. I should have not started the design this way. There's multitudes. These are just skeleton designs, meaning how many more things are going on because of the placements of these numbers and their connections between the area spaces. Okay. In the bottom design in the center, there are 2, 4, 6, 8 dots. They're all connected. It will look like the flower of life. Those are all black. All the ones that you do see that you don't see are black. Although where the cubes are, I had to choose a DC. I had to use a black number to create that replica of the cube. So you can see 3 sides of the cube you see, but 3 sides of the cube you do not, because there are 3 levels in there. Because of what the cube causes, it will now cause 3 levels. Now, if you look a little bit center to the board, where it seems like the bunch of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 216 numbers are, which is 1 cycle of the moon, I will have to flip that entire design upside down, because the actual reality of where everything starts is at between 72 and 68. 7286 is where the beginning is. If I get this right, I could get this wrong, but let me just show you. The roulette wheel ends with the Y, but it begins with the X. So now what I have to find is, where is another Y like this? See, there's a Y here. Where is the other Y? There's a Y here. Both of these Y's are going down. Where is the Y going up? Nowhere. So I'm going to flip this roulette wheel over. So my question is, when I flip it over, you see this? Well, let me just hold on a second. I was showing you my camera. When I flip it over, see that? That's 0. That's not a 0. That's actually just showing you the 2 tails. This is a Y and this is a Y. So where there was 30, 36, 35, and 34, I'm going to flip over the board. Okay? And I'm going to flip over the board, and I'm going to go 36, 35, 34. So I'm going to have 72, 86. And in between, I'm going to have the 7th gate. let's say 7. I'm going to have 5, 7, and 9. Now, there's another question I can ask. Should I twist it this way and put this here, and this here, and call it 70, 70, 70, 7, 7, 7? Is that the way it might have should be done? Because of the Y, when it ends in the Y, and the reason it ends in the Y is because this is red, and this is red, and this is red. But when it begins, okay, when it begins, what happens is the beginning begins with an X. The 24th and the 03rd letter, the 25th and the 02nd letter is when it begins on X and Y. And why do I say this over here? Because that's the position of these letters. If I recalibrate the alphabet, okay, this is 25, right? This is 25. This is 25. This is the letter Y. This is the letter B. Buy, or are you buy? Or do you want to buy? Here, okay, is the letter X and C. X and C. X and C. The where's the M and X? Okay, we were talking about the M and X also. Oh my God, I can't believe I went that much further. This was number 29, the 14th and the 13th. Oh, sorry, that's number 22nd. Where did the 14th? We were talking about how to come to number 29. Wow, see how things branch out? Well, we said we're going to go to number P, 16. 1 times 6 equals to 6. 1 plus 6 equals to 7 times 6 equals to 42. 7 plus 6 equals to 13. 13 plus 42 equals 13 plus 42 equals to 55. 13 minus 42 equals to 29. So P is to the minus, it becomes a half-life. We have to go minus in order to get to our sun birth. Otherwise, P to the multiplication and the half-life, we have to go forward to get to the sky world, the sky pass, 55 in the sky pass, other than what the sun is. The difference between the two is going to be 26, which is the game, which is the card. 26 letter is Z. Is that for sleeping or the alphabet backwards? Where one world is going backwards, the other world is going forwards. We're coming to meet each other, the two worlds. And that's where I believe we stand right now, coming to meet each other. Where we have the P in one world, we have the N in the other world, 14 and 15. P is the sixth life, N is the quarter life for Earth in the sun. So where should I go back to? We went back to putting the two Y's together. And then what's going to happen? Oh yeah, we did that already, right? But when the two Y's come back together, if they come back looking like this, it'll look like that. That's the way it'll look. R and R. Anyways, where am I in this whole thing? I think there's nobody here for the last 25 minutes. I wasn't really sure where to go. I'm not really sure where to go right now. Yes, I want to bring this back into the effect. So what happens, in order for this to have a true reflection, if we move the alphabet, if we shift the alphabet, okay, this is what I want to get to. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I can show it to you on another screen. Okay. Can I just select all and copy, take screenshot? Okay. That's... oh no, let me see. It says take a screenshot. 1 second.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to my paint. One second, I'm trying to find something. Everything starts at 6. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have to get a new design here. Hold on a second. I'm looking for a new design. I know this is taking long. Okay, just give me 1 second. Just 1 second. I'm just. Okay, I think I can. I think I can show you this. No, I'm not sure. Okay, maybe you'll be able to see this. Okay, I see what you see now on the screen. I'm just moving things over. I want to show you this over here. Hold on a second. I still have something in the way. Yes, okay. I want to show you. No, not this one. Is it this one? Not this one. So let me put this down here. So 1 second. I'm just showing you. I need to do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we got to go to 31, which is over here. Okay, this is not a good image. Don't save. This is not a good image. Don't save. Just 1 second. I'm still looking for something. I'm still looking for something. I'm looking for roulette. Okay, we're going to look at this right over here. Okay, let me find my page again. Okay, we can see this. Okay, so what I want to do over here is I'm going to connect the line to show you that the alphabet is going to be repositioned. Whoop, this is upside down. Okay, no, hold on. Okay, you notice there's an X up over here.
There's a Y down at the bottom. So the alphabet begins X, ends with Y. So I took the alphabet and I shifted it. I shifted the alphabet over here, right here. The alphabet right there, let me change that to red. So that's where the alphabet starts. And it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, something wrong here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. This is 31. So the alphabet ends over here. So what there is at the beginning of the alphabet is there's a total of 5. There's a total of 5 areas that are blotted out. Five areas blotted out. So that's what happens. 5 areas blotted out, and we end up starting over there like that. That's where we start. And we end the alphabet with the same thing. We take the alphabet and we take away these 10 over here. So we took away 10. What is this 10? This is 36 numbers total. This is my 10, 36 numbers. 36 numbers. And it's 36 numbers through every single doorway that you go down. All the doorways, all the numbers. See the way as you come through the doorway, one of the sets of numbers. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can draw the gimmick. So they're not overlapping. So as I turn the computer, they don't overlap. When I do it this way, they're going to begin. Will they overlap? No, I have to do it with the camera. So we have to take the camera. We have to do it like this. And I slowly, see the way at first I only have one house? Now I have 2 houses. Now I have 3 houses. So if you start on 4 houses and you eliminate, you're always on 3 houses, and always one is disappearing as you go. So okay, let's get back to this over here. So you can see this. You can see my mouse on here. So what happens is the alphabet gets shoved between here and here. Now that alphabet, okay, I'm going to see if I can get this done right. I'm going to do the artwork, get it all black maybe. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to shape it. We're going to shape it through the, let me see if I can get this done properly. I'm starting at F over here. So I'm starting at F. And I'm ending over here. Should I have done it that way? Let me see it again. I'm starting at F. And then I'm ending over here. I had to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was that way. Now, what I have to do is I have to come down and join the other half. Let's see if I got this right. So that is almost right, except that's the way it has to begin. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You see the way we came? I only did the black. I didn't do it. So you see when it ends, it starts like this and ends like that. Now the alphabet starts, let me see if I can get this one single strand in there instead of in red. So the alphabet starts over here, and then the alphabet ends over here. And then the core of numbers is right over here. The core of numbers is right over here. That's 17 and 20. See, this design is the skeleton. I'm showing you full results over here. So here's the core, and in between here, okay, is going to be let me start that again. Whoa. Anyways, we'll just do it the easy way. Number 5. And copy. And paste. Number 5 and 5. And in between that, okay, is number 1. That is the actual answer for the two numbers that fit in between. This answer over here, okay, the number value, I shouldn't have done it that way. That wasn't the right way to do it. That's completely wrong. 5 and 5 is actually, this should have been done smaller. See, this is 17 and 20. Let me get rid of this again. See, what it is this over here is 17 and 20. Two numbers are over here totaling 37. See, there's a number here and a number here. Where the joints are, that's where the numbers are. There's no number in between the joint. It's passing between two numbers. So what passes between two numbers over here? Well, this number over here is going to be 13. This is number 13. No, it's not 13, 16, 17. Yes, 13 goes over to 17. That's 30. 13 and 17. 13M, 17Q, MQ. And then over here is 15, O. So it's OQ and M. The word is in Q, and it starts off from K. K goes into M, KM, MK, kosher, 24, or 11 and 15, 26. The dog and the cat. So the cat is in the 147 world. And why does it become the dog inside the Tesla world? Is because the 11K connects to what is the 15O. And that's KO. That's your knockout, if you want to look at it that way. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you have any questions, I'm here. There's still 2 watching. If you have anything to ask me, otherwise it's going to be the end of the video. Getting a little bit tired. I thought that that we could. Let me get back to that one design. I thought that one design. Let me copy it. Let me see if I can take away what I just did. If I can just take away what I just did, we're going to copy. Well, we're going to copy with transparent. We're going to transparent copy. No, it's not copying transparent. I don't understand why. Transparent, freeform, transparent, okay. And copy and paste. No, okay. So let me just do it this way. I'm teaching myself. I'm teaching myself. So this is what 2 strands would do. And then, well, obviously we have to, and that's what 3 strands would do. And that's what another strand would do, right? So we're showing an opening and a closing. So if we want to live in the complete worlds, and we want to complete all the worlds, right? Then we have to create more than just these numbers. These are just the basic of numbers. Okay, and what we're going to do next is, and I'm never sure if I should leave area space in between or not. And we're just going to connect this here. So you're starting to see that we're living in the honeycombs. Okay, so my question is, do we leave it at that? You see these 2 pieces here? Eventually they will create the Stars of David or a larger cube. It can also be folded. Let me see. So now you have the ends looking like this, closing. But is that the way we always want it to look? Or would you rather have it that the ends come together as so? So now in this one, you can see where your where it fits in. Now the question is it like that? Should it be like that? See where this touches the extremities? Where possibly we can have in rotation 808 bicycle cards explaining this. So if we would have it this way, just gonna have to make this a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna ask myself that question, the magical question. See what I did, if nobody understands what I did and where I got this from, this formation. But if you, I'm not sure if it's me or what. Why is my camera picking up my screen differently? Is it me? Is it my camera? Is it, do you see it also? Or am I just seeing it myself? Power centers. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to end the video. I can see this piece didn't come out there. This is the Beehive 808 bicycle cards, trying to understand this, and that's the end. I'm going to get a drink. If you want to stay on here and wait for me, I'm going to try and drum up other things. My head seems to be a little bit empty now. Where did I get that artwork from? I got that from the roulette betting board, and there's also designs on side of here. This entire wheel will keep saying 39, and on this side, this will be saying the 37, 35, 39, 37, 31 and 8, 31 and 6, 37. The entire wheel, every second number. The odd spot, it makes a change. 35 and 2 is the beginning. The other thing I was talking about, so many things. Okay, nothing prepared. Head is empty. I want to thank you for being here. Ask me a question. Otherwise, I'm going to be ending this video. Cheers. Thank you. Happy birthday to the world. January 2nd. Communication Day starts on the 10th of the 4th. Communication of AD through BC, and that is CB codes 104. January 4th, October 4th. It happens in April 1st on the Fish Day. It happens on the 10th of April. Yes, it happens on the 10th of April, the 19th of April, and communication in the world, okay, is January 4, 10, January, not 410. January 4, 13th, 22nd, and 31st. It happens again in April, on the 1st, on the 10th, on the 19th, and the 28th. It happens again, in which is a hidden one in July, because all sevens are a reflection of one. So it will happen again in July. And then it will happen again in October, because this is the 7th month, a reflection of the one gate spirit passing of the 6 lights, to the 10th month, to the 4th month, to the 1st month, 1, 4, and 7. So this is, October is going to show you also 4, 13, 22, and 31. All communication numbers all running through the moon, and this one is showing you where the moon comes in, into the spirit of man, 1 and 3, 4, into the cycle of the moon, of the delta angle, another 4, the church and the spirit, 0, 1, the church and the spirit, the gateway to the delta angle, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.